Right, so today we're back out and we're doing a bit more foraging. Now, I'm going to be looking predominantly for some ormers, but anything else we come across will be interesting to find. Now, I haven't been back down here since the last ormering tides in January. This is the first tide of where you can go out ormering in February. It's today, tomorrow and Saturday. So yeah, let's go have a look. Now we are in lockdown, so there might be a few occasions where if I'm near any other people, I might not be able to talk too much because I have to put a face covering on. And it's also worth noting that the temperature is currently -1 with a wind chill of -8. This is the coldest day I have ever known Guernsey in my lifetime. It is absolutely freezing. So yeah, I'm just going to head down the beach a bit, quite far up at the moment. And once again, I haven't put waders on. Just got the wellies on today, but hopefully we can find a few ormers. I've got my measure, so yeah, I learnt last time that the legal size is 8 centimeters. So let's get to it. Now I've got the wind muffler on, but probably going to hear a fair bit of wind noise. The wind's howling at the moment from the east. I think it's about 25 miles an hour right now, and it's showing no signs of dropping for the next few days. But yeah, it's really cold today. I'm actually going to try and not get too wet if I can. But I've got down closer to the low tide line now. I've got roughly an hour until low tide, so I'm just going to start flipping some rocks down here, see what we come across. Now there are a few people out today, not as many as I was expecting. I think obviously with it being lockdown, a few of the older generation have probably chosen to stay home, and also because of the temperatures. Nothing under there. Yeah, I don't blame people for not wanting to come out. Well, there we have our first ormer. It's just a little one. That it's going to be undersize, so I'm not going to bother measuring it. It's probably about 6 centimeters. But yeah, loads of these little sponge crabs, I think they are, or porcelain crabs, I'm not too sure. But that's not a bad sign. Get this rock back. I've lifted quite a few so far, and that's the first one I've found. Just put that back gently. Big blenny there, swim off. So we're on the right path. Finding plenty of these. Little brown crab there, or shanker as we call them. Getting back under the rock. Here we go. Here's one more oyster. Second one I found, and it is in. So from there to there, you can see, well, you probably can't see, but I won't be able to measure this properly with doing the camera as well, but it's 9 centimeters. If I do it like that, shaped around the body, bang on 9 centimeters. So that one's a keeper. Just see if it comes off easy. Or now, one thing I was hoping to get from the tackle shop just before lockdown was a foraging hook, because I don't have anything like the materials at home to make one, so I was going to buy one, but obviously went into lockdown. So with me today, good old gardening fork. It's going to have to do. There we go. There's our first ormer. Hopefully find a few more. Happy days. That's pretty cool. Not quite sure what that is, but it's got a really funky pattern. Almost like little stars on it. Interesting. There's another ormer there under this rock. Big rock, this one. I'll get that one measured, but pretty sure it's going to be out. Oh, my hands are so cold. We look at that here. Yeah, that's under. Just over 7. So, not in size. Now, I should have mentioned the tide. It's not actually a huge tide today. The first ormering tides of the year, last month and this month, they've actually been pretty poor tides. Today's doesn't even go to a 9-metre high. I think lows 1.8 or something. It's really not that big. And the biggest will be on Saturday. Yeah, and then I think the biggest of the year is, it's either the end of next month or the end of April, where I think the low tides, I think it's at 0.4, if I remember rightly. So obviously last time when I was round here, don't know if you can see too well there, but all of this was dried out. I mean, these are all just pools here, but it's still connected to the sea, but whereas all of this was dried out and the low tide mark was a lot further down. And unlike last time I was here when it was a beautiful sunny day, yeah, I brought the fishing rod with me and didn't have any joy on the fishing rod, but I've actually seen a couple of people bass fishing already. A lot better conditions today. Well, now my hands are soaked and it is freezing cold. Feeling in my knuckles is starting to go a bit. There doesn't really seem to be many other people around here actually, unless they went round the other side. Saw quite a few people getting out their cars. Now I haven't checked the time, but I think we're round about low tide now. So yeah, it's not going to go much lower than this. But we'll keep hunting. Hopefully we can come across a few more. Right, I've had a little walk around the other side now. I've lifted what seems like hundreds of rocks, and I've literally just found 3. Yeah, it's just gone low tide, so it'll be turning quite shortly. So I'll just keep an eye on where I am here. It's quite annoying because there's a lot of bits you can't get to. I mean, you could be wading in there, but there's no way I'm doing that in this weather. No chance. My hands are so cold. Well, there is a tiny little baby one, half the size of my thumb. Popping back. Just come across another one here. see if I can zoom in while I do this. Just in, I think. Just gave it a quick measure. Can't really film and measure at the same time. From there to there, you can see. Just in. 8.5. Well, I say just in. It's definitely in. So there we go. Knock him off. There we are. Another one. Tough going. My God, it's tough going. There's another little baby one there. Definitely not in size though. It's probably about 4 centimeters, 4 or 5. Get that nice and gently. Unbelievable how many rocks get flipped and don't get flipped back. Literally just carnage. It's an extremely tiny one there. Not very big at all. Good to see a lot of small ones. I mean, I'm happy to be finding some. I'd prefer some keepers, but nonetheless, good to be finding a few. Now, even though I've only got a couple, I'm gonna keep them because I'll go out again tomorrow. Being in lockdown, there's really not a lot else to do at the moment, and yeah, it's not very pleasant fishing weather, so may as well go for a little forage. Again, another little one there, and again, nowhere near size. That was just under this little patch of rocks, which is interesting. Doesn't always have to be a big rock in a deep rock pool. Now the tide is turning, so I'll keep turning round and keeping an eye on it. I'll be heading back fairly soon. Hopefully to go and put the heaters on in my car so I can feel my fingers again. Oh, that's a big one. Oh. And nothing. Again, another little one. Got a little winkle stuck to it there, but we won't disturb him too much. Get this rock back. Make sure that's covered. Yeah, tide's definitely flooding in now, so I'm just going to lift a few more and then make my way back towards the shore. Well, the next rock I uncovered after that little baby one, we have a monster. This is definitely size. This one here isn't, obviously, but that beauty is in. Well, over 10.5 centimeters. Cracker. There we go. Lovely ormer, that one. Get that rock back, that little baby on. Might just check that one first. And that one, nothing under there. There we go. And there's another there. That one I don't think will be in size, but it just goes to show this rock, all on this side is white, so it's been flipped before. So it just goes to show, even though some rocks have been flipped and not turned back, it's worth checking them, because you never know, that it could have been flipped 2 or 3 years ago. What am I doing? I don't need that. Now I don't really know why I'm measuring this one anyway. 95% sure it's out, but we'll give it a check. Oh, it's close. It's bang on 8. I know you're not going to see that very well, but I might take that one and then I'll check it when I leave. I'm obviously not going to risk taking any undersize, but I mean, that one is quite small, so I'm pretty sure I'll get rid of that one when I have time to check them. Just pop that back. Right, time to make my way back now. You can see those rock pools filling up. Head on into the wind. Let's go. Right, that's gonna pretty much be it for today. Tough going, really is hard work, but I'm glad I found a few. I'm just getting to a spot where I can give them all a check before I head up on to the land. So yeah, I'm going to go out tomorrow again, and with it being a bigger tide, hopefully be able to cover a bit more ground. I may come back here again. Like I've said in previous videos, I'm pretty new to this, so yeah, I know that a lot of places on the west coast are really good. They're probably the most popular places, but yeah, it's been good fun. I'm going to give these, actually I'm going to carry on walking, because these pools here fill up really quickly in all different directions, so you can get cut off quite easily. I mean, it's not long gone from low tide, so we've got plenty of time to get back. It's just getting out of this little area. Right, so here I've got the 4 ormers, and if I can get the measure out, this one is definitely in. That there, 10 centimetres, so that's definitely in. This one, let's go from the end there, 9. So that one's all good. This one's just in, just over by a mil, 8 centimetres, and this one here is under. This is the one I wasn't too sure about, and now I can actually measure it properly. That one is about 3 or 4, about 2-3 mil out. So that one is going to go back. Trim him under there, flip him over. There we go. So only the 3, but that beats my my previous and my first trip of 2 ormers. 3 today. Hopefully I can find another few tomorrow, and yeah, be enough to make a nice meal. Now I'm gonna start walking back. If there's any other rocks that look like they're worth a flip, I'll give them a go.